We cannot allow the American dream to be a casualty of this pandemic. Relief and recovery must be for everyone. Now, the American Rescue Plan that this body passed and President Biden just signed into law is a $1.9 trillion down payment on this promise. It will speed vaccination, production, and distribution, expand testing and contract tracing, outfit our schools so kids and teachers can safely return to the classroom, provide emergency mortgage and rental assistance to families in need, and it will extend a lifeline to keep millions of American small businesses from going under. And I'll tell you what it means for my home state. In addition to what this bill will deliver to fight the virus, it also means immediate food assistance for 4.3 million families, an increase in the standard of living for 8 million California children, $15 billion for California schools, $590 million to help combat homelessness on the streets of California, and billions in direct checks for struggling families. The American Rescue Plan provides the lifeline for American families, workers, and businesses to survive what we all hope will be the last months of this crisis. It is one of the most transformational and progressive pieces of legislation in our history that will cut child poverty in half, including for 500,000 children in California. But our work is far from over. I believe now is the time to lead an American comeback that leaves no working family behind, a comeback that heals the long-standing divides in our society and unites our country, a comeback that confronts the systemic injustices in our country so that we can build back equitably. It took almost 10 years to recover from the Great Recession. We lived through the consequences of the moderate response to the financial crisis, slow growth, poor pay, and millions without jobs. We cannot let that happen again. We can and must build back better. That means investing trillions in our infrastructure in a way that uplifts communities and provides millions of good-paying union jobs, and in a way that addresses our climate crisis to help ensure that every person has access to clean air and clean water. It also means passing common sense immigration reform that brings humanity to our immigration system and recognizing that providing a pathway to citizenship for people living and contributing to our country is a strategic part of our economic recovery as well. That means protecting and strengthening our democracy by passing voting rights and civil rights legislation. We should be making it easier, not harder, for eligible people to register to vote, to stay registered to vote, and to vote in every state in this country. But as President Obama said in his farewell address, the work of democracy has always been hard. It's always been contentious. Sometimes it's been bloody. For every 2 steps forward, it often feels like we take 1 step back. No surprise that reactionary state leaders around the country, fearful of losing elections, fearful of losing power, are mobilizing to suppress the vote as we speak. Enough is enough. This Senate must act aggressively to protect the right to vote, to strengthen the right to vote. No more steps back, only steps forward. We must act boldly because that is what this moment demands of us. We can't let anything keep us from bold action and progress, including outdated rules and traditions. We must end the filibuster. For decades, the filibuster has been leveraged to obstruct progress It helped maintain Jim Crow segregation, and it continues to entrench inequality in America today. We cannot allow the filibuster to prevent us from doing what is necessary to lift up millions of working families in every corner of the country. Madam President, I believe we will beat this pandemic and get through this crisis. We'll do it the same way we always have, the same way my parents did, the same way that American families and millions of immigrants throughout our history have done, by going to work and getting the job done. To my colleagues, I am so honored to serve with you and look forward to working alongside you for years to come. To my constituents, I am honored to represent you, and I will work hard every day to make you proud. And to Angela, Roman, Alex, and Diego, I love you. Thank you for your love and your support of my public service. Madam President, I yield the floor.